Today I got a video for you guys talking, the PACT Act, veterans issues, hey, what I think about it, okay? First, we'll just start with a little story about me. I hate doing this shit. I don't talk about it because, you know what? All right, let's fucking, a little story. So my deployment, fucking year long, just coming home. I was getting everything ready. I was training. I was doing missions. I mean, I was going, you know what I'm saying? I was outside the wire most of the time. But, a lot going on. Let's just say that, okay? Let's say I was like a month out. I remember getting sniped at. And then, because this is what happens when like Iraq, Afghanistan, when they know your ass is about to fucking leave, they come at you. They want to take a few of you out before you go, right? So we understood that at the time. So, it's with the 82nd. Like, I'm a fucking reservist, you know what I'm saying? But for some reason, we ended up with them, training the Iraqi police. And so, got sniped at. This is like the last 2-3 weeks. I'm stressing. I got blown out eardrum by that time. Broken hand. Broken hand's my fault. Punching shit, punching the Humvee and shit, you know what I'm saying? Get mad. But, I'm still having a good time. Still making it work. My knee's starting to get a little wobbly. It's kind of fucked up. I had a strain. Something was wrong with it at the time. I didn't think I tore anything. And then, so, last few weeks, something happened. I know exactly. And then it just kind of started a chain reaction of things, okay? And then it got a little hot. Let's just say that. And, it was in 2007. They were trying to take us out. They put an ID on a girl, a medic. And then, unfortunately, she didn't make it. It is what it is. Out of everybody that died, that's the only one that that one hurt. So it is what it is, R.I.P. So everything's kind of getting a little hotter now, you know what I'm saying? And I'm just stressing. I'm not sleeping. And my knee's already fucked up, but I'm like, I got to get ready for this wrestling season, yada, yada. I already was signed up. Talked to the coach, going to be there at semester just because I wanted to get a few matches in. I don't want to fucking pass the fucking schooling. I was already done with it by that time, but... So I was playing a little basketball. Did a crossover on this dude, and my knee completely blew out. It was the last 2 fucking weeks. And then from that deployment on, it was hot as fuck. I mean, shit was going on, but all I did was fucking pop pills and go to sleep. That's all I did, because I completely blew up my knee. I tore everything. And, I don't remember anything after that. Literally. For the whole rest of the time. They wanted to keep me in fucking New Jersey because I couldn't fucking walk. But I was like, fuck this. And then that's when I really figured out how fucking shitty the VA is. How just incompetent they are, I was just, trying to get in. They wouldn't do it. They're like, you got to do this, yada, 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 this paperwork. Next thing you know, I got like 5 G's in medical debt. I'm trying to get taken care of, I paid a lot of fucking medical debt out of pocket, okay? It is what it is. What are you going to do? That's life. But, I understand how shitty the VA system is. Like, they never helped me, okay? And people are saying, like, the Vietnam veterans, the Gulf War veterans, even the guys that were, initially, did deployments, I did deployment with that, had a few deployments in. Fucking, like, 30-year-olds with no goddamn hair, stressed out. But, they're like, yeah, this is just how it is. Just like, really? So, fast forward now to the PACT Act. It's just, when is the point where you can tell somebody like it's better late than never? Well, when does that run out? When does it run out? Because it's damn sure ran out with the Vietnam guys. These Gulf War guys with Gulf War syndrome, and a lot of them didn't get service connected. I mean, a lot of them are dead. I mean, what about to them? Okay? How are they going to prove it? How is this PACT Act actually going to work, okay? Because you can throw money into an endless pit, no problem. But you actually got to get something done, okay? So I don't understand how they're going to go back from the Vietnam War to the Gulf War to, post 9/11. And, I don't know how they're going to go back. I'm going to just fucking park so I can talk. I don't know how they're going to go back and compensate these families. But these families need compensation, 100%, okay? I just don't see it getting done. I believe this bill was passed, a lot of it has to do with pork spending bill and going, the Democrats and Republicans, for both these people, okay? They're just using us as a political pawn, 100%, okay? 100%. It's always been like that, and nothing's going to change. They're thinking about, their voters, their constituents, and when you throw a veteran out there with fucking one leg and shit, it's, it gives you some sympathy votes or something. I don't fucking know. All I'm saying is I don't know how this PACT Act's going to work, but we need to, get some structure in the VA before any of this can work. I don't know if they're going to hire a whole bunch of people with it. I don't know what they're going to do, but I don't see anything getting better. I don't. The only thing that might get better is some guys that, are having cancer right now might be able to get some better healthcare options and get some more money for their family so they can be around. So, if the husband or wife has cancer from the war, or, the water, or the V word, not this V word that you can't say on the internet, but, the shots they give you in the military, if they have complications from them, how are they going to be? Hopefully they can compensate them so then they can focus and then get healthy and and live as good as life as possible, okay? But the problem is these Vietnam guys aren't. So hopefully we can compensate their families, okay? There needs to be some big checks written, okay, from the government, okay? So these Vietnam families, these Gulf War families, and everybody in between, Because even the guys that didn't deploy or anything, come on. You already know. I was just bringing it up. The water, the test. There's things that go on in the military that put people's life, they shorten it, okay? They shorten it. And even, the PACT Act, the main thing is the burn pits. That's what they're pushing. Great. So hopefully that's going to speed up some of these fucking claims for some of these guys, that are having a lot of issues, okay? That's what I hope it does. Jon Stewart getting behind it, I'm cool with it, because he just needed to push this thing forward. Even though there's a lot of pork barrel spending in this bill and it's all not going to the VA, this had to be done, okay? It had to be done. It had to be done for the Vietnam vets and their families and, their kids and grandkids and all the way up to, 9/11. So, what a mess. What a fucking mess this is. And it's funny that in 2022, they're getting it done and everybody's patting themselves on the back, but the person that actually got this done was goddamn Jon Stewart. And, these politicians that have been in there since 9/11 are acting like they're doing something great. It's 2022. It's 2022. Okay? You didn't do anything. Really. Because this still has to be implemented. Biden still has to pass it. There's really no structure in the VA to get anything done. So I don't know what's going to happen there, I was just thinking about it yesterday. I was thinking about it. I did a video last week, but I was just too hot because I was just fucking going after people. I was like, man, fuck you guys. It's a day late and $1 short. I still believe that, but I'm trying to be calm and cool and collective about this and just kind of talk it through, I guess. But yeah, if you got some toxic exposure, you need to get to the VA ASAP, You need to eat a little healthier. You need to get toxins out your body. You need to work out, and you got to try to, stay as healthy as possible for as long as you can because, I kind of told some stuff, but I was thinking about it. When we first got there and we were building Iraqi police stations and whatever, we had to get the sandbags. You guys know what I'm talking about. And the thing is, I remember burning shit right by an oil field. Burning shit with diesel gasoline right by an oil field for a few hours a night. We didn't do it every night. There was other people would do it, then you do it one night. That shit ain't healthy. Not at all. Not at all. And, we're going to start seeing the the Iraqi and Afghanistan vets, coming in with some issues, I think. And I don't want to. That's why I just, kind of say, try to stay healthy, stay off the booze as much as possible, work out, eat healthy, drink a lot of water, and get enough sleep. And that's it. I don't know. I don't even know where I'm going with this video anymore. It's kind of fucking depressing now, just thinking about it, all of this. But, yeah, I just think this was a political thing for 2022, leading into 2024 for both sides. Momentum changer, game changer. You burn in the vets. They'll do this again with some other bill in like a year or two. And it is what it is. It is what it is. And, as for Joe Biden, Trump, let's talk that a little bit. Joe Biden, in my opinion, I mean, I've actually, because I go to the VA for like one thing, a thyroid medication, right? And I like getting blood work done. And to always check where I'm at. And that's fucking difficult. It's a pain in the ass sometimes, I'm not going to lie. But, I mean, I think it's got worse under Biden now. Because when Trump was in office, like, and this isn't political, this is just who Donald Trump is. When he came into office right away, he just started firing everybody. Because before, these guys were like, they could just do whatever they wanted, and they knew they weren't going to get fired. Trump was like, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, you're cool, fuck you, I'm out. And that's what he did. And for some reason, once Trump got in office, the VA started really producing just a lot better. They were a lot better with these guys. If you called to get an appointment, they'd get you in. The only time I needed to go was I was doing some really heavy deadlifts, selling weights at the time, and I kind of blew out my hernias. And this is right before COVID. And so I call in, and I'm like, man, I'm gonna be fucking get my hernias fixed in like a year, right? But I was gonna do some other insurance plan on some other stuff. But unfortunately, went into the VA. Like a week later, I had a surgery, and then they were like, I had a umbilical surgery and then a hernia on my right side, and then that was so bad, and it didn't show up on X-rays. Then they just did the left side in like the next week. I wish they would have done it all at the same time, but nonetheless, it got done. And then literally COVID hit. And then the VA shut down, and that's a whole different story, okay? That wasn't Trump's fault. But what I'm saying is, when Trump was in office, it was just a lot better. It was a lot better. Things are running a lot smoother. And I just think it's going back to where it was pre-Trump right now. That's where I think the VA is. Hopefully, I'm wrong, and this money that comes in, we can get some experts in there and just kind of, and it's not experts like expert medical, it's more just like somebody that knows how to run a fucking organization as big as the VA. And that's difficult. That is difficult, but it can be done. I believe this bill can help. And you know what? I'm fucking supporting Trump in 2024. What are we talking about? And, if he gets back in, I really believe that the VA will keep going in the right direction. Am I like a lifer VA? Absolutely not. I go there for fucking blood work and my thyroid. That's it. I don't want to hear anything, from those guys. I don't like it. I don't like the institution. Veterans Affairs, yeah, free healthcare, my ass. It's just a pain. It's a pain. I like the private sector for my healthcare, but some people that's their main place they got to go. So let's get it better. And as for like these veterans organizations like Vietnam Vets in America and all the other ones, they're doing the best they can. They're doing the best they can, and I credit them. I credit what all the veterans are trying to do. It's just not worked ever. And I don't know if it ever will, but I'm hoping what Trump started when he started firing people kind of goes along and pushes stuff forward. And then I'm also going to just touch on it real quick, okay? Just real quick. Is the veteran suicide issue. I get it. I get it 100%. I get why it's happening. And I was watching Tim Kennedy, he was saying it's like 24 to 36, 37 right there. Probably most likely multiple tours, and it's usually right after their tour when they get back. And my opinion on it is it's a mixture of things, obviously. Substance abuse is one of them. But my opinion on it is CTE. I think these guys are coming back with CTE They used to call it shell shock. I think, yeah, the stress, obviously, when you get in you're gonna firefight, you get hit by an IED or anything. Yeah, that's great. Whatever, I get it. But I, I really believe it's the fucking Kevlar. I really believe it's the helmet shaking your brain and shit when you're on missions all day. Um, I, because it's just like the NFL, these players are hitting each other in the head and shit. But when you have a Kevlar on, like you're always gonna it's so big, you get out of the Humvee or something, you hit it here, you do that 3-4 times a week, that's gonna add up. And then you got, what, 7-8 pounds on your head, shaking your brain all day. You're getting inadequate sleep, your diet shit, you're stressing. And then you come back to a place that's completely changed and your wife left you. And you got this problem, that issue, financial issues. I mean, it's a fucking mess. But my whole thing about the veteran suicide, I believe it's like, I think it's got to do with the brain, and I think it's got to do with like something like with the CTE. I can't prove that. I'm not making a claim or anything, but I am saying that when I got back, personally, it was the same way. I mean, I wasn't like that, but I was a fucking wreck. And yeah, I said that I had a blown out knee and yada yada. Because right when I blew out my knee, I started taking fucking pills. It's like, give me everything you got, doc. But and then when I got home, I started drinking. Like, just to drink to go to bed and take Ambien and shit. But I just believe a lot of it had to do with the helmet now, thinking about it. I truly do, and I just believe it's something with the shaking in your brain when you're doing all these missions and hitting your head multiple times, and then you come back to an environment where that's not there anymore, and then they're just taking them, they're taking themselves out and shit. And then, let's just not talk about the fentanyl on the streets, with the fucking vets on the streets right now. I mean, you see them. I can tell you, I see them all the time. I give them money every once in a while. But I could tell the vets that were overseas and now they're just hooked and strung on fentanyl and meth and shit, and that's not good either. I don't have any fucking answers. What are we talking about? But there's a shit ton of successful vets out there. There's a shit ton of regular vets out there who just live a normal life, just stay to their own business and, love life and are positive, have no issues. But for the ones that do, and the ones that are killing themselves and the ones that are finding themselves on the street doing drugs, I think a lot of it has to do with the Kevlar and just always having it on your head. I think it's something with the brain. 100%. Because that will go away. But maybe not. Because now, so when I got back, I tried to wrestle on a blown out knee. I made it a whole fucking 2 weeks. I think I made it about 3 weeks. I was like, man, fuck this. I'm messing up more. Then I just got reconstructive surgery. But, now it makes sense. You see a lot of vets, they end up doing MMA or they're, doing boxing. And I think that might be the key. I think that's why I kind of ended up in a boxing gym at all fucking times. I'd do other things, but I'd be in a boxing gym a lot, holding mitts. And that could be like, how the people with Parkinson's and shit, because they, like the rock steady thing, that was big business, actually. That's pretty big business. People with Parkinson's box because then it stops the Parkinson's, it helps them out. I think there might be something to that with the vets. I don't know. I'm just throwing out ideas, just talking it out. Fucking 18-minute video. But this is a serious issue. These are serious problems, and I don't have any answers. I have zero fucking answers. But yes, I think the Trump administration did a good job. Biden, he's going to sign this bill in. We'll see how the Biden administration takes this money and navigates it in the system of the VA and makes it work. And then I just hope they start compensating these Vietnam guys, these families, because most of them are dead, especially the ones that, got the chemicals and shit, the Agent Orange, you got the Camp Lejeune, the water, you got a whole bunch of shit, man. It's not good. It's not good at all. But much love, everybody. This was a long one. I'm doing a lot of thinking. I'm just doing a lot of thinking about this because it's a very serious subject, and I personally think it's not getting any better. So that's it. Much love, guys. Thanks for watching. Peace.